Good, good, ridiculously dark morning. How are you? Oh, okay, YouTube. Good, ridiculously dark morning. As we're seeing, as we're seeing over there. Anyway, how, how you doing? And all the rest of it. Uh, how's YouTube? This rather dark. How's YouTube this rather dark morning? Anyway, okay. Anyway, just thought I'd share. I just thought I would do a regular size small video on this deep dark matter. Winnie, um, Winnie the Pooh, blood and honey. For I'm gonna get him. For Fern. First of all, I'm getting both. I'm 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 hoping to I'm hoping to own both of them. And I like and I hate the idea. And I like and I love it. Love it. And well I like them. And well I'm I'm well aware of the innocence of Winnie the Pooh. That's why I'm getting them. That's why I'm getting them because I'm not aware. Because I am aware of the innocence of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet and all that, and Tigger and Rabbit. But, but I hate her. Like I'm a fella who love. Hi, how's it going? Like I'm a fella who really enjoys a good dark horror movie. And for my kind of horror movies, it's usually between like a toss between DC and rather dark Marvel, and rather really dark Marvel, like Morbius, for example, or Spider-Man 3. But until tonight, but but I never, but I never taught. But I never thought there was going to be made a Winnie the Pooh horror. Oh my god! Like it's bad. It's bad. Like I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing that I'm going to get them and own them. But it's another. But it's an entirely different ballpark, different thing altogether. Taking the innocence, taking going going into the innocent nature of Winnie the Pooh and complete and Piglet, and turning that just around to the point where you can't even turn it anymore. I mean, holy Christmas. I mean, holy wow. What's that? And above all, you're casting, and above all, Winnie the Pooh's like a Friday the 13th type, but as a bear. Like, oh my god. Like, what a disgrace that is. Like, even though I'm buying them, and going to be owning them, I'm still against, I am still against that idea of potentially taking, oh, did you hear? And oh bother, there's no honey left. Oh bother. Like, I mean, jeez, that's pretty ridiculously redundant. Have you ever thought, like for a lot of you who have kids don't even, you know, don't even, don't you even go there. Like, and I'm not talking kids like teenagers. I'm talking kids like 4, 5, and 6. I mean, oh, like, I mean, geez, if anyone was to show that to that, you must have no brain in your head to show a kid that. Like, like I would, like, I mean, I wouldn't. Like, I'm an uncle for crying Pete, and I wouldn't show that to my nephew or niece without them think, without them thinking, is this really who Winnie the Pooh is? Whew. I mean, you could do better than that. I'm a Christy Robin. Christy. Like, I mean, even Christopher Robin had a dark tone to it, but it still stayed. But it still stayed but it still stayed in its own Disney liking. But like even Christopher Robin, you know, the live action thing had a dark tone to it, but at least but at least it was but at least it stayed under, you know, something that a kid something that a something that a kid could look at and be like, oh, okay, you know, like I get this. But I wouldn't even show a kid Christopher Robin because Christopher Robin is supposed to be a boy. In every other thing, Christopher Robin is shown as a boy with his stuffed animal friends. Now that's now that is dark to bring Christopher Robin into the light and into the grown up. Still still can still that's that isn't dark. And leaving his toys behind. That's that's cutting it pretty fine there. You know, to show that to the kid. Even though I wouldn't. That's cutting it pretty fine there. To show that to a kid. But a complete horror re- rebooting of Winnie the Pooh is beyond what's the word? Stupid. I mean, wow. You could you could have done anything. Like, I mean, you could have done anything. You could have taken, like, what's this? You could have taken that. You you could have taken this, the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and just turned it and just live actioned it, and you would have, and it would have gone worse, and it would have been better than putting a couple of Winnie the Pooh horror spin-offs, and like, you know, come on, like, did your brains fall out of your heads? And like, are you like, did everyone's brain just fall out of their heads? Like, I mean, just live action this thing up, you know, and you would have a good Winnie the Pooh, you know, mini movie instead of these two horror, uh, Friday the Friday the 13th, or a Jason oriented, uh, uh, Winnie the Pooh thing. Like, who would, like, other than me, who wants to see that? You know, like, I mean, just live action this up or something, or like take any Winnie the Pooh movie and live action and just live action it up. You know, keep the Disney thing going with Winnie the Pooh. Don't you know, throw it under the wheels of a tractor truck and and completely demerchandise not only Winnie the Pooh's good looks and Piglet's good looks and good names to boot, and turn them into like murderous psycho. Uh, like I get like I mean I get the plot. Like I mean I get the story and I get the plot, but even but even that's out of but even that is out but even that's out of but even that's out of focus. I mean I don't like I mean why why couldn't you just put the Disney thing right on it? You know, so you could at least say, okay, it's the darker side of Disney. It would have been a lot safer than what you're doing with these things. You know, like don't like I mean, why would you be afraid of Disney suing it if you just happen to make it like more that of that? You know, and just make it a you know a dark Disney movie like some like a lot of Disney live action movies are dark. In fact, Disney movies in general are pretty dark. So why is this anywhere different? Right? Like I mean, think about it for a minute. Why why would that be anywhere different? Like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, um, Fox and the Hound. They're dark. Like I mean, they're dark, and nobody's suing Disney for those things. You know, because they're classics. That's why they're not suing Disney because they're classics. Now, now if you were to do if you were to do a psychoanalysis on Todd and Copper and make a new Fox and the Hound movie and turn it into a slasher horror where a dog and a fox is like going around murdering everything, like that, like I mean that is rough. Okay, that is rough and out of line and out of focus. Use your heads. Use your heads, okay? Like I mean, just take something like just do this to one of the animated Winnie the Pooh things and go like, oh, the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, let's put this to the live action process. Bingo, bingo, bang, you know, and then you got something. And and some and and believe it or not, there are some Winnie the Pooh things of the animated line that are dark. You know, like I mean, it's kind of hard to point to figure out what would be dark about it, about the Winnie the Pooh verse. But there's some pretty dark, but there are some dark things in there. You know, like elephant monsters and and maybe and like maybe and like maybe the occasional um Halloween thing of it, and maybe the occasional Franken Frankenpoo, you know, Frankenstein, but as one of the and maybe the occasional like Frankenpoo, you know, the how like I'm how is that not dark? You know, like it's dark and it's still fantastic in the Winnie the Pooh verse, but it's still dark. So why, you know, like I mean, Frankenpoo? Would you tell like how is that not dark? A Frankenstein spoof on it, like in the verse of Winnie the Pooh. How is that not dark? You know, the only thing dark, the only thing different is that it's Winnie the Pooh doing Frankenstein's monster, and and he's just kind of a cuddly, like eating honey still, but as a Stein bear, as a Frankenstein bear, you know, that that actually got that is actually way the hell more cuter than any other Frankenstein thing I've seen. So, and really, it's pretty cute that they Frankenstein the size of Winnie the Pooh and called it Frankenpooh Halloween special, and things like that. Like, I mean, come on, like, who's he? Who's he? And they have a lot of oozles or woozles, you know, the elephant demons, and the occasional like thing called Christopher Robin, which actually has a dark tone to it. You know, Christopher Robin, the movie has a dark tone to it, kind of like another Toy Story 3, or kind of like a Toy Story 3 vibe. You know, in that where he's grown up and is coming back to save the day, but now he's grown. But he's grown up, has a wife and kids, or a wife and kid, and that's surprisingly dark. That's surprisingly dark, right there. Like who's ever seen Christopher Robin other than as a boy, and then he grows up in the thing called Christopher Robin, live action Winnie the Pooh, and that's just as dark and that's just as weird as anything in the Winnie the Pooh verse. You know, so just watch what you're doing. All right, like I mean, please. There's a baby horror coming out now. There's a Peter Pan horror now coming. I mean, what are you trying to do? Like, if I was you, I put the damn lock on the damn Disney Vault and keep anything else from getting that same treatment. You know, like I mean, come on. The next thing you know, there's going to be uh, uh, like the next thing, like the next thing anyone's going to be, like the next thing, like the next thing I'm going to know, there's going to be a horror slasher, unlike, oh, um, like the next thing I'm going to know, like the next thing anyone's going to realize is that there's going to be a slasher horror uh, of the Flintstones. Well, who in the hell wants to see that? Fred murdering everyone in Bedrock. Fred and Barney doing that. So I'm telling you, come on, like you don't need to do all of that to all of this. Just do it simple. Just keep it. Just put Winnie the Pooh back after you do the third Blood and Honey into the Disney Vault and put a lock on it. Just throw me a bone here. Throw me a freaking bone. You know, like I'm gonna throw me a like I'm gonna throw me a bone. Like I'm gonna throw me a bone here. You know, throw me a bone here because you're messing these things up. You're messing these things up, and you're doing it really well. So come on, you know, put down, like just cut it out. Cut it out. You know, don't go any further than Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3. Knock on wood, and then have it knock on wood, and then as soon as that third one's done and out, put Winnie the Pooh back in back in the Disney uh, vault and put a lock on it, a big deep, a big lock on it. You know, a big major league big, a big lock on it on the Disney vault, and keep anything else from getting from going through the cracks of it and becoming a horror thing. You know, like just you know, we don't need every single Disney thing becoming a slasher film. We we don't we don't just after you've done the third Blood and Honey film, put Winnie the Pooh back into the Disney vault, and as soon as you close that up, lock it with a big oversized lock, and just focus on maybe live actioning up this and any other Winnie the Pooh thing you want to put out, you know, like in the near or whatever future. Just you can live action things like this. It's hard to do. Like it's easy to do. Just put it to the live actioning up. Just put it to the it's easy to do. Okay, it's easy to do. Just live action this up, and whatever cartoon of Winnie the Pooh you could find, and live action that up to make better. To make things better, and then nothing else, and then nobody else gets hurt by the next you know Disney slasher. Forget it. It's out of that stuff should be out of service and out of I mean, put a six sign, put a six sign on 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 anything else that's coming out that is going to be turned into a slasher horror Disneyland. Just put a six sign on it and do away with it forever. You don't need to be doing that. Just stop it. Stop it before somebody or something gets hurt. Like, am I not making this clear enough for you? And I don't mean clear like it doesn't have to be so clear that you see through it, but just come on. We don't just end it, okay? Cancel those other things, like that Bambi thing and that Peter Pan horror thing. Cancel them. Cancel them before they cancel them before they even get close to being made, because nobody's going to want to see them, man. Nobody's going to want to see them. I don't want to see them. I want to keep my Disney movies clean. I want to keep them safe. I want to keep them in their own dark tone, if they have dark tones. If they have dark tones at all, it's going to be in the Disney vault. Cut it, print it, just cut it out, and just cut it out. Cancel all those other slasher Disney projects and throw them out. Burn them in the fire. And just get back to, maybe some more live action Disney things. And just, get smart. Okay, get smart. Stay away from being stupid. I said my piece, I said my piece. All I'm asking is if you get smart, and just create fun. Not fun like dark fun that's got no real method other than coming after you in the night. Come on, like I mean Pinocchio. cartoon animated was dark in its own way, and that. So, like did anybody see Stromboli lately in that thing? I mean, that's a scary fellow. But after, okay, but other than that, I think I've made this video 10 times as long as I wanted to make it, as I wanted to make it. So, you know, like I'm throwing the ball back. So like I'm throwing the ball back and trying to get much sharper, cleaner. Um, you know what I'm talking about. Well, why do I have to explain it? You know, just knock off the slasher routine of Disney and just keep it simple. Keep it in the Disney vault and just every now and then take off the lock and put another one in there and then put it and then get that in there and then put the lock on again. Okay, that's all I'm talking about. So having said that to a video that I made maybe a little too long, may the Tinker Bell be with you, and I'll see you in the next thing whenever I make it.